and Rory. Welcome to our show.
This is a review of Game of Thrones, The Laws of God and Sin Men.
All right. Well, it was a pretty good episode tonight.
Yeah,
I think it was good. Yeah, it started off with, who was that? The Onion King?
The Onion Knight.
Oh, the Onion Knight.
Yeah, they went to the Iron Bank. And Mycroft, I believe it was Mycroft, who was kind of running the Iron Bank dudes, and then he did a really good job. I like to see him with a scruffy beard.
Yeah, it was different. And I thought that one guy, I don't think he was, was Prince Malekith from First Night, but I don't think he was.
But he has that general joie de vivre. Yeah.
So anyway, they asked for money, and first they were told no, and it did sound pretty reasonable because they had all the ships and all the way to feed them. It's like, yeah, you're not a good investment.
I like how he said, your books are filled with stories, but our books are filled with numbers, and that's the kind of stories that we can, that makes sense to us.
Yes.
But of course, Davos, I like the guy who plays Davos because he has that really cool spirit about him, how he can make those amazing speeches, and even though he's not as educated as other people, he can move people.
He can, yes.
Which is something that Stannis does not have.
That is what he does not have that, and that's the thing. You have to have it. You either have that swag, or you don't. That you can talk people into things, and you can get your way. And he did, so that was good. And they got the money. Yeah, so that was awesome. So yeah.
So off they're going to sail, and if you read the books, you know. Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, and then switched over to the Ironborn, and Yara is out to save Theon, and it looks like they're going to do it, and he's in the cages with the dogs.
Oh, I know, that's terrible. Well, you never want to go save somebody, and then they not remember who they are, and they resist you. It's like, okay, if you go to save somebody out of a dungeon or out of a dog, you only have a few seconds, that's it, and you got to move. So, yeah, that was a real bummer.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's a loyal Reek, and so he was rewarded with a really creepy bath. And the whole mind-effing game of, yes, good job for being Reek. Now I'm going to ask you to pretend to be Theon Greyjoy. It's like, what?
I know, that poor guy, he's really messed up. We'll see what happens with him, if he can get over this and remember who he is. We'll see.
I know, it's exciting and gross what happens next, so I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, then was the next Tyrion?
Yeah, around there. So Tyrion, he's talking... he's in a bunch of trouble.
Oh, yeah,
he's talking with Jaime. Jaime comes in there, and I really like they have a really sweet relationship.
They do have a sweet relationship. I mean, Jaime really is the only one who seems to truly love Tyrion, and they do, which is nice. So Tyrion's brought out on trial. He says, no, I didn't do it. He says he doesn't think Sansa does, did it.
He says all the right things.
He does, I know.
Until Shay comes out, and I know we're skipping to the end of the episode, but it's all the same parts, so just go there with us. She totally betrays him.
Oh, that was terrible.
And uses his words against him, and uses things that they said when they were in love and intimate together.
I know.
And just totally humiliates him. Like the whole Lion of Lannister thing.
I know.
Oh my gosh, that's what she used to call him. It's so sweet. And then she tells everybody that he...
I know. That tore his heart out, and I felt so bad. I mean, we love Peter Dinklage. We just love him, how he portrays Tyrion, and it was just so sad. When we read it in the book, too, and then to watch it, it was just like, oh, poor Tyrion.
So then, being a heartbroken man, he goes and does exactly what you should never do. And he just tells everyone, yeah, I didn't kill him, but I wished I killed him, and I wish I had enough poison to kill all of you. Which is...
Well, he has a lifetime of being fed up, and that's just it. I mean, he heard what his sister had to say, which was terrible. And he's heard over and over again. His dad doesn't care about him.
He saved the whole city. He did. Everyone is there doing this to him because he saved them. So he has a point, for sure.
It is. And he's right. He really is on trial for being a dwarf. That's what they don't like about him. And his whole life, that's just what's been pointed out. It's not his fault. He's been, blamed for the mom dying in childbirth. Just, his whole life has been that. So I know I feel really bad for him. But we'll see. He always seems to rise to the top, rise to the occasion.
He's scrappy.
He's scrappy. He's ordered a trial by combat. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And then Daenerys.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
The scene with the dragon was
so great. Yeah, we really loved that. It was really neat. I had been asking. I just asked her last week, why haven't we seen the dragon in a while? And I said, so they must have heard me, so we got the dragon.
They totally they CGI'd that just this week and
just
put it in.
Yeah, I know, it was so nice.
Yeah, but it was cool, seeing her in that pyramid, and there's a lot in the book of her having that counsel with different people.
It is.
You know?
It is. And just how that wears on her, all the people's requests. She does have a good heart, and she wants to help the people. I mean, that really wears her heart is.
No other monarch does. Like,
right.
Seeing the common people.
She does,
and,
yeah.
I'm excited because in the scenes for next week, it looks like her and Dario have some scenes together.
Oh, yeah, that's going to be great.
So I love that. But speaking of, people on, princes and whatever, Prince Oberyn, I love him, as I've said every week. I adore him. And he's just the funniest stuff. Like, when he's talking about the Unsullied, he's like, they're amazing on the battlefield, not so amazing in the bedroom. Like,
I know, that was really funny.
These offhand, sarcastic things that, if you're not listening carefully, you can totally miss. And he has a really great scene with, what's his name? What's his name? Bald guy.
Lord Varys.
Varys.
Yes.
Varys.
Yeah. Yes, he does have a really good scene with him.
And talking about, if he used to like men or women, and really what it got to was that Varys was like, I found that desire and lust, it distracts you from more important things like getting to the throne, which was kind of like a point to him.
It was.
Why are you here?
Yeah,
are you here
was.
just to have orgies and hang out in the whorehouse? Or are you here to actually do something?
Right. Well, I thought it was funny too when he said, I assume you used to like men, and Lord Varys said, no. I was even thinking, oh wow, you used to like girls. I'm kind of surprised too. So then that was funny when he didn't like either. But then that was another person who betrayed Tyrion, was Lord Varys. I mean, he had. I know, but I'm just saying
for Lord Varys.
He does, but Tyrion snapped because he had just stood there and heard over and over and over all these people who he had helped and who he had done things for, betray
Do you remember, and I know, anybody who hasn't read the books, just, plug your ears for a second, the end of the last book, there's some crazy crap that goes down with Lord Varys that I just had, pop in my memory.
Oh, I don't. I remember
really crazy things.
I remember the other horrible part that I'm so distraught of on the last book, but I don't
We're not
remember
even going to go there. But there's some weird stuff that went down with Lord Varys that I didn't even totally understand. George R. R. Martin, I don't even know where you're going with that. Hopefully you do. And then also there's some background information on, how he was...
Oh, yes, there was.
And he was really young. I mean, he was 7 or something.
Yeah, he was very young.
So he didn't really have a chance to work together, kind of.
Yeah, well, that's true.
But he made a good point for Prince Oberyn, and I hope he takes it seriously.
Yeah, they showed a lot of scenes of Marjorie this week. I felt like she was in a lot of close-ups.
She was in a lot of close-ups.
So
she's hot, probably.
Well, maybe, and she's invested in Tommen, but I don't know. I don't know if that meant anything or if they're gonna do something with that next week or in the next couple of weeks. But I just kind of noticed that this week.
I love her
so too. I know. I like her too. It's fun.
All right. Well,
I think I can't think of anything else.
Highlights for me, for sure. Yeah. And we look forward to next week. The scenes look awesome.
Yeah, they do. They do look really good. More of everybody that we love. And
make sure to comment in the comments below what you thought of this video in this week's episode.
Okay. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.